The world of Marvel is filled with some pretty incredible weapons. There's Thor's Mjolnir, Tony Stark's Hulkbuster Iron Man suit, and Loki's scepter from the original Avengers movie. All of these weapons pale in comparison to the universe's most powerful glove, the Infinity Gauntlet. Learn things you never knew the gauntlet could do and ways the deadly weapon could easily kill off your favorite Marvel characters. Before you harness the true power of the Infinity Gauntlet, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new CBR content.
Only I am worthy of that. The Infinity Gauntlet. Ultimate power. Now mine!
Hitting the reset button. The Infinity Gauntlet is controlled by the person wearing it. Using the powers, planets can be destroyed, whole races of beings wiped out, and some crazy changes may occur. Thankfully, there's a catch-22 to all the damage done by the weapon. The gauntlet also has the power to reset everything and return the state of the universe back to normal. Basically, a person could spend days causing chaos only to erase their sins and never speak of the destruction again. With all control over space and time, the reset button not only works to help in the comics, but the whole process will likely be essential for the conclusion of the Infinity War, or the sequel being released the following year. So even if your favorite hero does die on screen, don't stay too sad. The biggest example of the reversal powers was seen in the Infinity War series from Marvel. Once Adam Warlock gained possession of the Infinity Gauntlet, he reversed everything Thanos had done and saved a ton of heroes along the way. Adam Warlock hasn't had a formal introduction besides a post-credits scene, so the task in the MCU may be put on another hero like Captain America.
Millions of suns, worlds and lives wiped out by the power of the Infinity Gauntlet. My power.
Mass genocide. In one of the most powerful moments in the whole Infinity Gauntlet story arc was when Thanos, with just a snap of his fingers, he killed off half of the universe's population. Not just Earth, not just our solar system, not just the galaxy, half of the whole universe. Thanos loves to kill, but surprisingly that wasn't main motivation for using the Infinity Gauntlet to create mass genocide. His motivation actually came from love. The great love of Thanos' life is Lady Death. He tried to woo her, and she had one simple request: kill off half the universe to help restore the balance between life and death. Thanos did this without even thinking about it, showcasing the immense power behind the Infinity Gauntlet, and also the power of love.
Hulk, push him into Earth's gravity well.
By human standards, you're considered intelligent, Stark. Shame human standards are so low.
Manipulating matter. The periodic table of elements is the ultimate scientific guide to pure materials on planet Earth. The gauntlet basically laughs in the face of the periodic table as the stones work together to manipulate matter and change it into multiple forms. Thanos may have loved this power the most as he used it to attack and torture so many different superheroes. One of Marvel's toughest heroes, Wolverine, was reduced to nothing but a pile of mush when Thanos easily transformed his adamantium into a pile of, well, mush. The God of Thunder was turned into a God of Glass in a matter of seconds, and it probably felt really good when Thanos smashed him to pieces. Thanos not only showcased his power, but his creativity went a long way in helping him defeat the Avengers.
Instead of using that power to rule, he squandered it on helping those too young and weak to help themselves. Children.
Santa once wore the gauntlet. He's making a list, checking it twice, and gonna destroy the naughty and nice. That's right, Santa Claus is coming to town and he's bringing the Infinity Gauntlet with him. Through the years, we've seen characters like Black Panther, Captain America, and Nebula all wear the gauntlet, but seeing Santa don the golden glove is a whole different story.
In Asgard, he is Mjolnir. Here, he is known as Santa Claus.
Featured in the 2008 Marvel Holiday Special issue, Santa Claus is running into some major problems as Christmas approaches. When his reindeer turn out to be killer robots, Santa contacts Marvel's Illuminati. The group reluctantly gives Santa the gauntlet so he could harness the powers and deliver presents in record speed. Jolly old Saint Nick quickly turns into a violent man and ends up challenging the whole Illuminati to a fight. Turns out the person wearing the gauntlet can easily be manipulated by the sheer amount of power the glove possesses. Eventually, Santa was stopped. The gauntlet impacts characters in a number of different ways, and seeing Santa's use was a great holiday issue theme from Marvel.
What do you know of danger, Earthling? You were merely the vessel to bring the stones to me. Only Thanos can control infinite power.
Turned into stone. No one is impervious to the powers of the Infinity Gauntlet. We've seen the Gauntlet take out countless characters in Marvel Comics, but one of the more impressive uses came from Thanos' daughter, Nebula. After Nebula tricked her father and gained access to the Gauntlet, Nebula was able to turn a collection of gods into solid stone. Even the gods controlling the Marvel multiverse couldn't stop the Gauntlet and the power that it wields. Nebula may have chosen stone as her weapon of choice, but the Gauntlet could have been used for any other type of attack. As Nebula attacked the gods, she proudly taunted her father Thanos by entrapping him in a stone tomb of his own. Uses like this showcase how dangerous the Gauntlet can be in the wrong hands.
You're a gnat. Not even worth swatting.
Self-protecting. The stones placed on the Infinity Gauntlet are not just colorful gems looking to add some bling to the gold design. Not only does each stone possess its own set of special powers, but they seem to have a life of their own and more connections than people realize. In the pages of Marvel Comics, Adam Warlock seeks to gather the stones for the Gauntlet. Each one seemed to have a connection to the other, drawing Adam across multiple galaxies in his search for all 6 stones. The connection proved to be strong and made Adam Warlock's search a lot easier. Not only do the stones have the ability to connect to each other, but they have built-in protections from being destroyed. Understanding the massive power behind the stones, multiple characters have tried to destroy them over the years with absolutely no success. Mr. Fantastic once wore the Gauntlet and tried to wish the Infinity Stones away, but they weren't having any of it.
Call me Magus.
Splitting souls. Along with causing all types of death, the Gauntlet can change the human body in ways that you can't even imagine. The mix of powers from stones like the Mind Stone, Soul Stone, and Power Stone can be used to actually split the soul of a human. Adam Warlock knows this best when the Infinity Gauntlet was used to rip 2 different souls from his body. His body was pretty much split into forms of good and evil. The good side was represented by the character of Goddess. Goddess has super strength and uses the powers of cosmic forces to battle evil entities like Thanos. The evil half of Adam Warlock came out in the form of a character known as Magus. With white hair and a constant desire to kill, Magus spent years seeking the powers of the Infinity Gauntlet and using it for pure destruction. Seeing how evil Magus turned out, it was probably a good thing Adam Warlock removed him from his body. Naturally, Magus is constantly trying to destroy his creator and increase his own evil abilities.
You are not worthy.
If I can't hit you with the hammer, then I'll hit the hammer with you!
Omnipresent beings. When used properly, the Infinity Gauntlet gives the person wearing it omnipresent powers. In a godlike move, someone with the Gauntlet can be in multiple places at once and extremely far distances from one another. Not only has Thanos appeared in multiple places at once, but the powers of the Gauntlet allowed him to create the Thanosi. The Thanosi are clones of Thanos, featuring different powers and attributes than the original character. One of the keys to the omnipresent powers comes from the Space Stone, and in some cases, characters can have this power just from that stone alone.
Who are you in this vast multiverse? Mr. Strange?
Creating universes. The world of Marvel Comics is known as a multiverse. Multiple universes exist and are filled with galaxies, alternate realities, and various versions of our favorite heroes. As these universes float through endless space, there are a lot of ways they can be controlled by the Infinity Gauntlet. During the Secret Wars, the Avengers were up against nearly impossible tasks when multiple universes were lined up to collide into each other. Captain America took the Infinity Gauntlet and used it on full blast to push a universe completely backwards in an effort to avoid the catastrophic collision. Not only can the Gauntlet move the universes, but it can create them as well. While Dr. Doom was in possession of the Gauntlet, he separated magic and science to form his own powerful universe to look and feel exactly how he envisioned it. The whole concept of building and moving universes is a little overwhelming to even process because it incorporates such a big scale.
Infinity Stone. These stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength.
The Ego Gem. Ever since the introduction of the Infinity Stones, we've always known them to be a collection of 6 stones or gems. Unbeknownst to many, a 7th stone was actually introduced to the Marvel Universe, known as the Ego Gem. The stone was brought into existence during a Marvel crossover with the Malibu comic series Ultra Force. The Ego Gem does not possess the same powers and abilities as the other 6 gems. There is only one reason to obtain the Ego Gem. When reunited with the other 6 gems, the character of Nemesis becomes resurrected. Nemesis was the first being in the universe whose loneliness forced her to disappear and form different parts of her soul into the 6 Infinity Stones. The presence of the 7th stone, known as the Ego Gem, has largely been ignored and not even hinted at through the movies. The Ego Gem was a concept added and rewritten, but not needed to operate the Infinity Gauntlet in any way.
And there came a day unlike any other. On that day, Thanos declared himself supreme ruler of the universe.
There you have it. What facts surprised you the most? Are there any we missed? What Infinity Gauntlet powers do you want to see on the big screen? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to CBR on YouTube so you can stay up to date with our awesome videos. Thanks a whole bunch for watching.